why Michael Cohen is doing this, and he suggests that that this is because he's afraid of jail time.
Well, of course that's what he's doing. Of course he'd much prefer to remain loyal to President Trump, but prosecutors have him in a squeeze. They may have information about his taxi medallions, about other kinds of issues. That's what they're doing with Manafort, too, as Judge Ellis said. They're not interested in Manafort. They're interested in Manafort testifying against Trump or providing information, as Judge Ellis said. They have to worry not only about squeezed witnesses singing, but about them composing, making up stories, elaborating on stories, because they know the better the story, the better the deal they're going to get. And that's the great fear when you deal with witnesses like that and try to prosecute them in order to get them to testify against other people. I used to teach my first-year students at Harvard, if you're going to commit a crime in America, always commit it with somebody more important than you are. So you can turn them in and they can't turn you in. And that's the play that's going on here.
Paul Manafort's trial takes place tomorrow, opening day for his case. AP writes it the following way. Trump and his lawyers have repeatedly sought to play down Manafort's connection to the president. Number 6 there you go, guys. Yet the trial won't be entirely without references to the campaign. Giuliani said just this morning, Manafort's got nothing on the president. He was part of this campaign for 4 months, and that was it. The trial, we believe, all deals with financial matters that go back to 2005.
What was Manafort doing there? He was there. What does that mean? Does that mean anything now?
I think he's been in solitary confinement now for about 2 months.
So what? That he was working with Russian intelligence. Is that a big deal?
Well, what we look for is whether the prosecution tries to hint at his relationships with Trump. His lawyers will try to keep that out because they don't want him to be prejudiced by association with a president who has supporters but also has enemies. So we'll see whether or not the prosecution tries to introduce anything regarding Trump, or whether this is a pure trial of Manafort for what he did years earlier. And we'll look to see how the judge rules. The judge is not sympathetic to this prosecution, and I suspect that we'll see that in some of his rulings.
What ultimately will the decision made here say about the Mueller investigation?
Well, if he's acquitted, it will be obviously a blow to the investigation. And if he's convicted, it will give Mueller an opportunity to squeeze him. Remember, he's also standing trial in the District of Columbia, where he's less likely to get a sympathetic jury. The District of Columbia is heavily Democrat, whereas the Virginia jury pool is likely to be mixed between Democrats and Republicans. So they have 2 shots at him.
Go stop that trial,
Ellen. To succeed in at least one of them, and then put the pressure on him to succeed. Say to him, look, you have 2 choices. Die in prison or testify against your former associate. And most people will take the testify option rather than the die in prison option.
Sir, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
Alan Dershowitz, home studio, Martha's Vineyard. Enjoy the sunshine.
Thank you.
Republicans gearing up for midterm.
Guys, so a lot of people have asked before that I do readings on Alan Dershowitz, and for obvious reasons. I didn't want to do reading on him because, you know, I don't want to, I've never seen so much pedophilia in my life. I want to stop here at the, Dershowitz. So guys, so anyway, but since there's this whole thing is getting more ridiculous by the minute, I want to know, I don't want to ask, guys, the whole thing. I don't want to do a full card reading, probably because of the whole thing, negative thing. So I'm just going to do these visions, okay? And I actually wrote down the questions about him. Okay, so what the fuck is Alan Dershowitz? Why is he making a fool of himself? I mean, this guy, he's a very serious legal, I don't want to say, what do I say, had been or was a serious legal scholar. He's a retired professor at Harvard Law School. I mean, he's a real person, but then suddenly he turns into this thing. And the funniest thing about him is that he vacations in Martha's Vineyard, which is the classic, as you know, the place where the Kennedys have their compound. And so it's a like northeast kind of a upper, how do you say it? Well, I guess it's probably some sort of waspy place, right? But it's kind of like low key. But there he is. He goes there. He complains that nobody when he is at Martha's Vineyard, nobody wants to stop him. Really? What happened? So why is he supporting Trump? And what the hell happened to him? That he is, because my sense, guys, about this guy is total compromise. Okay, I can't believe that somebody who was rational now suddenly decides that he's doing this. I feel like my reasoning, my understanding of this is that he is basically, he doesn't want the truth to come out about him. But I want to know, okay, what the hell? How does somebody become a supporter of Trump? It's so strange. An intelligent person, right? Because he's one of the few intelligent people who have moved on to the propaganda side of things. But I want to know. So what's up with Dershowitz? So, quickly, guys, it showed here indeed that the whole thing, it's kind of like, obviously he's extremely intelligent. And I can, in some ways, I can relate to being a hyper-logical person, right? Because logic, there's something about logic that can kind of fold anything into reason, right? So, from his perspective, the whole thing of his secrets coming out, that would really kill his reputation, okay? But for some reason, I think the whole thing with blackmailing him, it has been going on for a long time, and he's tired of it, and he's already retired. So he feels that by being this sort of clown persona, I'm seriously like it has to be a clown, he, in a way, he's not damaging his reputation as much as he thinks the truth about his whatever sex with minors, whatever that is, would. Okay, so I feel like, yes, there's some sort of recording that has been going on that was wild, and I feel like there's maybe more than one. So he feels like it's this, again, I believe it is the blackmail situation, but he has sort of justified it to himself in such a way that he thinks this is justified. So it's almost as if he's like, he knows what the actual legal argument is, but he's saying, okay, what if I were this other person? You know, it's a little bit like, for example, if, like, I'm kidding around, right? Like, Dershowitz is a great lawyer. He said the president did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. No. President Trump has good legal advice from Dershowitz. So imagine if I'm joking around, right? But imagine if I were to become this person. If I were like walking around like this, like, Trump is a great president. What are you talking about? Stop. I mean, I don't think I could do it seriously for a while, more than like 2 minutes. My face starts hurting. But I think for him, it feels that the pain and I've said before, guys, these people who are narcissists, they're driven in a way by shame, okay? In the sense that the truth, their quote unquote imperfect truth, is so painful that they'd rather lie continuously than have to be faced with the darkest of the dark of who they really are, okay? So this is interesting, okay? So that's what it shows, that in a way he can, it's almost like I said, imagine if I became the impression, if I walk, no. Stop this, stop. If that was like real, I mean, I guess it would be too painful. I would not be able to do it for very long, but that's kind of what it is. It's like he became the caricature, okay, of this. Okay, does he really like hang out with, what's the deal here? What does he like hanging out with Trump? Does he like hanging out with these people? How can he, an intelligent person, spend time with those idiots? I feel like here again, guys, it's saying that in the end, he feels like he connects with Trump because they're both sex addicts in a weird way, okay? So they feel that, now it makes sense. Like, in a way, he feels that he could be, quote unquote, accepted by Trump. The fact that he's divine is the wrong word, but kind of like criminal in some way, okay? He feels that Trump would protect him in a weird way, right? In terms of self-preservation, in a way he's right? Because if I rape people, take children, whatever, I vote for Trump. It's the party that I could be pedophile forever. I'm sorry to say this, but really, right? So, president is pedophile, I'm pedophile, about a pedophile. So he'll never be right. Think about it, right? If you had, that's the logic here, okay? So okay, so wow. So how does it deal? Okay, how does it deal with the formerly being a respectable person now being in this clown character? How does he handle this mentally? He feels like he doesn't care. He's already achieved everything he wanted to. So in a way, it's like being a tourist for him. Okay, so then the next question is, after Trump, I feel like I know already. I feel like Trump's gonna leave, but what happens to him after Trump leaves? Does the whole thing come out about him? Okay, what's the deal here? Interesting. So it's showing, guys, remember the reading I did about Jeffrey Epstein? It's showing that, you know how I saw in that reading that Mueller or the feds, whatever, is saying he has to make himself available whenever the feds want him to talk about something. And he's going to talk about Epstein, about Dershowitz, because Dershowitz is key to the whole thing with blackmail, with how they have flipped people. So I think that's going to become part of the case in a way. There's going to be a lot of cases related to Trump, but it's going to show that this is going to come out, okay? And he may even die before, hopefully for him. I think he wants that, right? He doesn't want to be alive when this stuff comes out. But it's going to come out. It's like I said before in one reading, I forgot which one, that there's no such thing as secrets anymore. Everything is going to come out. All the people that are trying to create these lies to hide this thing, yeah, it's going to come out. And what's going to happen? Yeah, I still think, guys, I said before, a long time ago, I don't remember which reading it was, that I saw the woman who was the pivotal figure here, the woman who I think was 13 or something. She's going to be recognized as a real victim of a hero, and I believe she's still alive, I think. She's going to be compensated for it, and there's going to be civil lawsuits. So whatever his estate is, if he's still alive, I think he's going to still have to pay for it. So that's that, okay? So this is why, guys, okay? So, yeah, this reading is kind of funny, I guess. So that's it. I feel like that's it. I don't want to make it a very long reading, okay? All right, bye.